Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, what's today? 13th of March, 2025. And I spent a lot of time last night doing some research. And ironically enough, Jungle Inc. Crypto put up a very interesting report that helped me figure out a lot. So we're going to discuss a crypto I hardly ever talk about. And that is Ethereum. Now, for those still new to this, Ethereum is what they call a layer 1 blockchain. In other words, it's, give you a simplified version. It's, well, first let me just say that it's a smart contract platform. In other words, you can set up certain programs to run on it. Just to keep it real simple. In other words, if this happens, then this is to happen. And that's basically it. And from that, because it's a layer 1, other things can be derived from it and built upon it. Tokens can be derived from it. And things like Arbitrum can be built on it. Layer 2s. Ethereum has a lot of layer 2s because being the OG of smart contracts, it was very large. It served its purpose, and it brought smart contracts out and brought them out to the public. But there's a problem. When now Van Eck, knucklehead, Van Eck released a report that analyzed Ethereum, but only the layer 1. Now, in a way, Ethereum can be considered a bit, let's say, unique, because of all the layer 2s it has on it. It has a lot. I'll let you look that up for yourselves. So that creates something called a liquidity problem, especially when you look just at Ethereum. Now, I'm going to tie this all together with XRP in a little bit of time, but this is extremely important to understand. Liquidity is everything. In other words, cash in system, money in system. In this case, digital money. You can wrap up pretty much, I want to say you can wrap up anything on Ethereum, because you're wrapping it in a smart contract. And for those that don't know, wrapping means that, yeah, it doesn't mean or some other music. Wrapping means you could take these particular assets, put them into a contract. In other words, wrap them into a contract. So, because it just harkens back to the other protocol, you have a connection, and I don't want to go too much into detail. Stop. Man, these people are driving nuts today. It's because they're all stressed about money, but we're not going to be. That's for sure. You stop too. That's called a full-on stop sign there, mister. Yes. Sorry if I seem a little down today. I'm just really focused on this. I want to really make sure I explain it to you well, and explain it quickly. Now, when measuring Ethereum, you need to include the L2s because liquidity is parked in L2s. These L2s need to harken back to the L1 because they're built on top of the L1. Because of that, when analyzing this particular crypto, Ethereum, the entire ecosystem must be incorporated into it. That's how you can measure what its true value is. And that gets very tricky because it has nothing to do with market cap, and everyone's stuck in the stock market world looking at market cap. So that's a couple of reasons why Ethereum likely won't die, but it can, because it might be excessively diluted. That's, once you add a certain amount of dilution in there, you can hardly detect what you're diluting anymore. So, what do I mean by that? If you initially put money into Ethereum, you port it over or move it over to, we'll just keep using Arbitrum, and then you gotta, I haven't used Arbitrum in a very long time, I haven't used Ethereum or the L2s in a very long time, but I remember one time I had to wait a week for something to port over from the L2 to the L1. I don't know if that's still the case, but that's something that will hold back Ethereum, and it's something that, at least at that time, was extremely difficult to work around. You had a lot of issues, congestion on the market, etc., which is why some competition is always good, because it helps the end users. It helps to alleviate a lot of the friction in utilizing the product. So, what is going to facilitate that for the tokens on Ethereum? That would be something like XRP being able to utilize the EVM, which they can do, and then the token can move between XRP and Ethereum. You kind of see this today. Matter of fact, in the US, you don't see it as much as other parts of the world, but a good example of this are cryptocurrencies that are on both Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. I always thought that was interesting. And there's a whole long history behind Binance Smart Chain. It's pretty interesting. Now, I don't want to diverge into BNB right now, Binance or BSC. Okay, now that is going to be a point of contention amongst the so-called experts who do not understand how Ethereum works. Now, as I've said a few times recently, and a lot of you know, I did study to be a developer, and I wasn't good at it, but I've really benefited from that experience because I have a little more in-depth knowledge of how it works than the average person, even the average finance person, because it give you a quick illustration. You may or may not really feel comfortable asking a tech guy about finance because that's not his thing. So why would you ask a finance guy about operating systems unless you think he knows? So that's why you got to be very careful with these reports, because if the source doesn't understand how the technology works, is the source really valid anymore? Do they really know what they're talking about? So I wanted to put that up there because we're hearing a lot of hoo-ha. Oh, jeez, people. You're hearing a lot of hoo-ha about flipping Ethereum. I say we need to measure Ethereum differently. It is the OG of smart contracts. It does have a utility. It definitely does have a utility. Come on, Karen, get out. Come on. I'm halfway over the road here. Unbelievable. It has its own unique place in the ecosystem still. Now, we've had it has survived plenty of attempts to knock it down, from Tezos to EOS. I mean, some people thought Vem would do it. And at the time, some of the arguments made sense, but in the end, it didn't work out. Ethereum is still the Mac Daddy of smart contracts. However, that is in a state of change. So I wanted to make this video so people could have at least a basic understanding of Ethereum and understand that while it is interesting to have the whole market cap analysis about XRP, Ethereum, etc., it's kind of comparing apples and oranges. They're two separate things. Now, as the greater XRP ecosystem grows out and iOS coins become more and more interoperable, then you're going to have some very interesting measurements come up. Now, one of the things that we're going to have to do is consider Codius in this, that pet project. We're also going to have to consider the effect QNT as this overlayer that I'm just really new to. The QNT overlayer may mitigate a lot of this. However, the chain between, well, I'll say chain, the connection rather, I'll say connection is better, between Ethereum and BSC will be strong. And I have a strong feeling that the connection between XRP and Ethereum will be strong. So you're going to have a lot of those factors involved. All right, that being said, ladies and gentlemen, while it's nice to celebrate this market cap flippening that we're all talking about, it's not as applicable as people think. Don't buy into this hype so much. A lot of people don't understand how the ecosystems of these cryptocurrencies work. And Ethereum, being the OG, grew out to be very intricate. So, it's a lot of people that, they just don't understand. So, I want to leave you with that today because I just, this whole flipping thing was bothering me for some reason, and I finally figured it out. So yes, please leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of my opinion here, because nothing I say is financial advice nor advice of any kind. So, but I do really welcome your comments. I definitely want to hear what some of you other OGs out there in the space have to say about what I'm thinking in this matter. So please comment down below. And, oh yeah, I gotta say, because YouTube loves it, like, share, subscribe. Oh, I love that stuff. Well, just remember to be good to each other, everybody. The world is a tough place that's in constant change. All right, thanks for watching, and do please share. Thanks. Bye.